Thanks very much. Stay with me. We've got some breaking news coming in now and images of a bridge near Kyiv that's been blown up. Take a look at this new image. It's the latest in a non-stop stream of horrifying, haunting images of the destruction that this war has brought with it in Ukraine. A bridge near Kyiv, the capital city of Ukraine, blown up to prevent it from being used by Russian forces. So this is self-damage. And it happens during conflict, it happens during war, that channels of transport, communication are destroyed by the same country in order to try and destabilize and disadvantage an advancing enemy. In this case, the Russian forces advancing into Kyiv. And here you've got images, a very disturbing, unsettling image of a Ukrainian bridge right outside Kyiv that's been destroyed by Ukrainian forces themselves in order to deny its use by Russian forces and to try and slow them down perhaps from coming in large numbers. But as we showed you yesterday, via helicopter, Russian forces have already managed to enter near Kyiv, and the Ukrainian president has now said they've entered Kyiv city itself. Gaurav, this is something that you see quite often in conflict, especially in cities under siege, where the city itself and the forces inside the city, they damage infrastructure like bridges and roads in order to try and blunt the advance of the enemy at its gates. And that's what appears to be happening now outside Kyiv, a bridge blown up by Ukrainian forces, Gaurav.
Shiv, there are multiple bridges on the Dnieper River. Dnieper River is one of Europe's longest, flows through Kyiv. Kyiv is on this river, and there are 7 bridges on this river when you cross from the west to the east. And the Russian forces that are moving down towards Kyiv are using, some of these access entry routes into Kyiv. The fact that Ukrainian forces are blowing up the bridge is an indication of how nervous they may be, or how tense the situation is on ground, that they're blowing up bridges to slow down the advance. But while this may have worked, Shiv, in the 1970s or the Second World War, to stall the advance of an army, stall the advance of armor, basically, to some extent. But remember, 1, there are multiple bridges. 2, this may delay the advance but not stall it. 3, now you have airborne forces, and Russian airborne forces, as you have been reporting extensively, are extremely potent. That is why they are taking control of airfields, so that then they can land in the heart of Kyiv with their huge aircraft once the special forces take over the airfields, and then spread out into the government district that they intend to do, reaching out to the people, telling them that they mean no harm to the people. And that is why these 10,000 weapons that have been given to people, will they resist the Russian forces? Now, will there be guerrilla warfare? Will there be urban warfare? All of that remains to be seen. That are Russian forces being drawn in and then perhaps subsequently slaughtered, as some argue that this is a part of tactics to make this into another Afghanistan for Russia. Well, it remains to be seen whether that actually happens. But as of now, it appears with the destruction of this bridge, the forces are moving forward with the airfield.
Yes.
Now, whether the Russians claim they are in control, the Ukrainians claim they are in control of that airfield, that would be extremely crucial in the next couple of hours and days, Shiv.
Next couple of hours and days, crucial. 96 hours is what the Ukrainian president has declared as the time within which the Iron Curtain will fall, and there will be no further intervention possible from the outside world. Very, very ominous prophecy by the Ukrainian president.